This is evidentiary use.
You've got something that is unfairly prejudicial, which is what rap music is.
After more than 7 hours of arguments,
courts had an opportunity to ponder the issues that were presented.
Fulton County Chief Superior Court Judge Ural Glanville ruled 17 sets of rap lyrics can be used as evidence in the Young Slime Life RICO trial. The 6 defendants are accused of a long list of violent crimes, including murder.
I'm going to conditionally admit particularized lyrics.
Prosecutors say those lyrics are in rap songs by several of the defendants, including Atlanta rapper Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams. Several of the lyrics are too explicit for TV, but here are some we can read. Quote, "I shot at his mommy, now he no longer mentioned me." Another one reads, quote, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Yak Gotti. I got bodies on bodies."
These are party admissions. They happen to come in the form of lyrics, Judge.
The defense teams had argued against their use, saying it's protected speech and it would prejudice the jury.
If you let this in, nobody should ever say anything to anybody else.
While Judge Glanville will allow the lyrics, he made it clear prosecutors can't just throw words out. They have to tie them to the case.
Anything that the court may rule upon at this point in time will be subject to a complete foundation being met.
And while these are the only lyrics for now, prosecutors could actually introduce more, but another hearing would have to take place before that could happen.
Exclusive, baby! Georgia Supreme Court rules rap video shouldn't have been used to convict man. Houston County, Georgia. The Georgia Supreme Court has overturned the conviction in Houston County of an Alabama man convicted of killing a guard at a nightclub and Warner Robins nightclub in 2019. Morgan Baker was convicted in February 2022 of shooting Tamarco Head on July 5th, 2019. Baker worked for a rapper named No Cap who was performing the night of the shooting. During the trial, prosecutors showed the jury a 33-second clip from the rap video for a song, Ghetto Angels. That showed Baker holding a semi-automatic pistol with an extended magazine. A majority of the Supreme Court judges said that the video wasn't relevant to the shooting and may have influenced the jury. Read the decision. The decision means the case will go back to Houston County for a possible retrial. There's been much debate in recent years about the usage of rap lyrics and videos as evidence in trials. A Fulton County judge ruled in November that lyrics could be used in the trial of Jeffrey Williams, also known as Young Thug, who is currently on trial for violating Georgia's RICO Act and accused of participating in a criminal street gang responsible for violent crimes. A Knoxville rapper named Christopher Bassett was convicted of a murder in 2015 after the state showed the jury a video featuring Bassett that the prosecutors claimed indicated Bassett's gang affiliation and appetite for violent retribution, according to the ACLU. Andrea Dennis, a professor at the University of Georgia School of Law, helped write a book titled Rap on Trial: Race, Lyrics, and Guild in America. According to the website for the book, the authors of the book was able to collect case information for nearly 700 cases where rap music was used against someone during the prosecution of a crime. Now, some of y'all gonna believe this is all the work of Brian Steele. No. This has been in the works since 2019, technically. If you will allow me, I'm gonna give you a grand presentation and explain where we came from, where we got to, and where we're going next. So if you can do me a solid, man, run this video up to 5K likes, force it to the algorithms. Y'all did it yesterday with the Ryan Garcia video, so y'all can do it today with this one. It's time for the Hood Lawyer to show y'all how I do it.
There's been 2 homicides this year in Warner Robins, and police say both victims may be related. Our Abby Kasora spoke to a relative of the 2 men killed who says they were brothers that both left behind families.
At an abandoned gas station, Alva Brooks shucks beans.
There are people in this area love produce, and my thing is to bring it to them.
She's lived near North Davis Drive all of her life, but she says she's never seen the level of gun violence this bad.
Why not put the guns back on the shelf? And the police department can't be everywhere.
Investigators still outside of Club Boss Sunday gathering evidence on who shot and killed 38-year-old Tamarco Head. early Saturday evening. Acting Police Chief John Wagner says they believe Head may have been related to Melando Moore.
Transported to Navicent and Macon. At this time, he is unresponsive.
That's Chief Wagner back in May, talking about Moore's condition after he was shot at Tanglewood Apartments and later died at Navicent Health. Brooks, a relative, says the two were brothers.
The fact that his brother had been murdered a month ago. Freak killing, freak accident.
She says he leaves behind 8 kids and a big family.
Just never thought that children would be fighting with guns, taking guns to school.
She's pleading that people stop resorting to violence.
So whichever one you desire.
And learn to treat people with kindness. In Warner Robins, Abby Kasoris, 13 WMAZ News.
So it turns out that the man was a member of No Cap's entourage.
An Alabama man now sentenced to life in prison after killing a man at a Warner Robins nightclub in 2019. According to a news release, Morgan Baker was convicted on charges of malice murder, felony murder, and aggravated assault in the death of Tamarco Head. A judge sentenced him to life in prison with the possibility of parole. The deadly shooting happened at Club Boss, formerly located on North Davis Drive, in the early morning hours of July 6. Mobile rapper No Cap was performing at the club. Baker got into a fight after the performance.
Now, part of the reason why he got convicted was because they were allowed to show a music video that prejudiced the jury. But I'll let the news clip deal with it a little more, and I'll drop the actual clips in that as well.
Georgia Supreme Court will decide whether showing a rap video in a murder trial prejudiced a jury against a Houston County defendant.
Ghetto back home. The back end child taking off. No cap.
An Alabama man, Morgan Baker, wants the court to overturn his murder conviction and life sentence. A Houston jury convicted him last year in the 2019 shooting of Tamarco Head. That shooting happened outside Club Boss on North Davis Drive. A rapper named No Nap was performing there, and Baker worked for him. During the trial, prosecutors showed a 33-second clip of a No Cap music video that showed Baker holding a gun. His defense team says the video was not relevant to the case and may have turned the jury against him.
And promptly so, with that ruling that happened 2 days ago, Brian Steele went ahead and filed this paper right here. State of Georgia versus Jeffrey Williams, supplement to motion in limine number 2, motion to strike, comes now. Mr. Jeffrey Williams, by and through undersigned counsel, and hereby file this supplement to motion in limine number 2/motion to strike in the above referenced case. In support of this motion, Mr. Williams shows as follows. Number 1, Mr. Williams is innocent of all charges in the above referenced indictment. Number 2, this honorable court conditionally admitted evidence of rap videos, musical lyrics, and the like in the trial of this case if the prosecution lay a proper foundation for same. Number 3, Mr. Williams argued that the admission of these items without foundation, that these specific lyrics, videos, words, and other artistic expression violates constitutional and statutory provisions. Baker versus State, GA2 SC2D, case number S23A0860, decided March 5th, 2024, has a wonderful analysis of OCGA 24-4-403, evidence pertaining to a video of rap music. Number 5, in Baker versus State, super lyrics were not at issue because the words on the rap video were mostly indiscernible regardless. Our highest court, in a 7-2 opinion, reversed murder convictions from Houston County, Georgia, based upon the fact that the trial court abuses discretion, not in hindsight, but at the time of the trial, on the admission of evidence by introducing the evidence as intrinsic evidence, as saying did not complete the story, as well as under other act evidence, because this evidence added little, if any, probative value to the case, even if the musical video passed. Wherefore, Mr. Williams wanted this honorable court to be aware of his newest opinion of the highest court in general state of Georgia and attaches copy of same hereto for case of the parties. Hence, Mr. Williams respectfully requests another hearing on this motion, as this honorable court has already indicated that same would occur by Incorporate Baker versus State Super in its analysis this 6th day of March 2024, respectfully submitted. Now, I'm not trying to prejudice anybody in any type of way, but no caps, homie, he still ain't gonna beat the charges. You went and got into a fight with somebody after you were told you can't come back, and then you went and grabbed your gun and started shooting. See, the problem with people like him is simple. If you had enough wherewithal to be able to go and leave and get your gun, you had enough time to go and leave. That's where ultimately he's not going to beat his case. I guarantee it. Now, with that being said, let's get to Young Thug and what this ultimately means. They can't use the lyrics. Now, will they appeal and then take it up to the next court? Abso-freaking-lutely. They're going to appeal and take it up all the way to the Supreme Court. But will the Supreme Court hear it is the biggest question. I don't think so. I don't think the Supreme Court cares about this. So I think they're going to leave that with the states, and the states will be able to say on a case-by-case basis or state-by-state basis if lyrics can be used. Now, I could say some shit that I've really been wanting to say. Lyrics absolutely prejudice the jury. I shot at his mommy. Hi, my name is Jack Gotti. I got bodies. Oh, you know, this nigga could be a hoe. Bitch, that nigga could be a walking STD machine or baby maker. We don't know. The judge was trying to say you have to lay a foundation before you use the lyrics. It doesn't matter, bro, because at the end of the day, no matter what's being said, now if you actively say, yeah, at 12:59, I shot Johnny Stein on a block around the corner. Yeah, I shot him 9 times. I watched him and I stood over him, and yeah, I took his life. I called 911 because I didn't feel like it was all right. I used to sleep with his sister. His dad didn't like me. I used to fuck on his mama. She was acting real shiesty. I did it in a black shirt, a gray hoodie, some jeans, and some Nikes. And I filmed that shit on camera like I was Spike Lee. Now, if you do some dumb shit like that, I'm fairly certain they gonna say, hey, man, this nigga just told on himself. But with the exception of that stuff, nah. So, what does this mean for Young Thug? It's a W. Big W. Big W's in the chat, man. It's a big W. Big W. But I'm gonna tell y'all, it's not over. No. If you think that the damn DA built this whole case on lyrics, y'all niggas would be dumb as hell. I would hope y'all didn't believe that. But what it absolutely does allow, it allows the ability to not prejudice the jury even further. When we looking at this shit, we gotta say, bruh, it's nearing the end of the first quarter, and Brian Steele and his team, or Young Thug and his YSL team, are up 15 points by the end of the first quarter. Now, are there things that can happen that can absolutely destroy everything? Hell yeah. Because everybody who signed that deal that said YSL is a gang and said that they could come back and testify on Thug, if I'm the DA, y'all niggas is showing y'all asses up to court. I don't care. Y'all gotta turn. Hey, bruh. But we do have a blueprint of I don't recall either. So there's that part. But as far as it all goes, man, it's a W for Young Thug, but it's a bigger W for everybody else in Georgia who are rappers. Because a lot of this stuff that's happening behind the scenes is other lyrics, other cases that are in the future that could have happened, that would have specifically went around the lyrics and all that stuff, like Playboy Cardi and his gang. If y'all don't know about that one, them niggas is looking at a RICO. Playboy Cardi and his goddamn gang, bruh, them niggas definitely was gonna have lyrics used against them and everything like that. So this is a big win for Georgia. Now they're going to appeal it, try to get it to the Supreme Court, but I don't think the Supreme Court does anything with this. I don't think they look at it. But if they do, that W that Thug just took could be a massive L across the country. Because if the Supreme Court says nah, bruh, everything is back on the table. And that's the dangerous part of this RICO is that, bruh, we got to sit here and wait and wait and wait. And what are we waiting on? We're waiting to see if these people are going to sit up here and listen to the lyrics case. And then, boom, it could be damn near close to the last day of trial for Young Thug, and the Supreme Court can say, you know what? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and allow lyrics to be used, and we can say on circumstantial stuff, you know, like the freestyle I just dropped, which was terrible. But we can say that. But I don't know, bruh, on that part, if it would be that soon, because unless the DA could manage to somehow drag this for 2 years, I don't see how the Supreme Court listens to this by next year at all. So, W for Young Thug, man. We just broke the news today. I really had this 2 days ago. Shout out to infamous Sylvia. But I just wanted to see Brian Steele file those papers. Y'all let me know your thoughts on this. If you made it this far, man, do me a solid. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you have not, and share to keep your people aware. I'll catch you on the next one.